Hello guys, the Meat Beater here, to give you a bit of advanced guide on how to play the god Zhong Kui, or Zhong Kui, however the fuck you say this god's name. In this guide I'm going to explain the importance of all his moves, and what I choose to upgrade first in different situations, and also different builds that I think work well. Keep in mind this is all my own opinion, but I am experienced at playing this god, and you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't want some kind of advice, I assume. Something that I've heard people say about Zhong is that he's arguably the worst god in the game. That's bullshit. There is no worst god in the game. All the gods are equal. If you do think that he's worst god in the game, then you clearly just don't know how to play him, or you're just some kind of complete scrub. I'll start off by saying he is a mage, but he's also a very strong mage due to the fact that the demon bag collects the demons. Once you get a full demon bag, you're a lot stronger, protections are higher, you just seem to be, I don't know, a lot stronger than someone like Anubis or Hebo or any of those other squishy mages. Right, I'll start by going through his moves. Okay, so his passive, called Demon Bag, is a pretty crucial part to Zhong's playing style. Whenever you capture demons through using your number 1 move, Expose Evil, and your number 2 move, Exorcism, which I'll explain very soon, they go into your Demon Bag, making you more tanky by increasing your protections. 20 demons is the max that you can have in the bag. It's always a good idea to keep the bag as full as you can, because if you get ganked or you tower dive to get a kill, you have a high chance of survival. As you can see, Loki just tried to gank me and failed miserably because I had a full demon bag, and for Mana failed to kill me because he was just plain useless. I also survived with a bit of help from my number 3 move, Book of Demons, which is my stun. I also proceeded in nearly killing the Loki, but the little fuck got away. His number 1 move is called Expose Evil, which sticks some sort of a card to the enemy's face, slowing them and dealing damage. This is my personal favourite move, Zhong, because it has such a long and wide range, which will cover an entire enemy minion wave, and gives a good deal of poke. I generally choose to prioritise upgrading this if versing another god that has a no healing, because it does require a lot of damage for a dot, and if you can manage to put it on an enemy that's got low health, they won't be able to stop themselves from dying. You can also use it as an escape if need be, by quickly turning around and getting it onto your enemy, slowing them down and stopping them from getting to you before you escape. Here's a couple of examples of me killing people with Expose Evil. His second ability is called Exorcism, despite the fact Zhong might need some exercise himself for being a lazy beach ball. Just joking. This ability is a large cone attack that does a lot of damage to all that in it. If your card is already on the enemy's face and they are hit with this ability, it will heal you for however many enemies are hit. This is probably what I'd call his main ability, because of its high damage and ability to destroy minion waves so quickly. The more you upgrade it, the better the heal is, and to be honest, it's a pretty strong heal. I prioritise this move for landing against a warrior or healer like Guan Yu or Hell. Look at the damage on that! Yeah, your mate's well fucking beaten. Seriously though, you probably could do with some exercise. Book of Demons is the name of Zhong's third ability, which is an area stun around the circumference of Zhong. It can also deal quite a good deal of damage. I usually upgrade this ability last, or at least until Exorcism has been upgraded 3 times, because the first thing you want to be doing is clearing minion waves, and this move is something I think should really only be used against enemy gods, mostly as an escape mechanism, but also because when it's not on cooldown, you do get a second basic attack at the same time as the first, which does half the damage of your regular basic attack. It can also be used in good combination with your first 2 abilities to get yourself a kill, but generally save it until you're under threat of dying. I use it here against Bastet to stop her cats from dealing too much damage to me, also giving myself enough time to get to the safety of my tower. And finally we have Zhong's also glorious ultimate, which used to be more glorious but Hi-Rez thought they'd nerf it. Fucking wanks. Anyone inside the ult's massive radius will be hit by flying demons, which automatically home into enemy gods. The demons hit for 20% of your magical power, and you're also immune to slows and knockups while ulting. As much as I think this ultimate is great, I also think it should only be used if you're pretty certain that you will get the kill, because it completely empties your demon bag once over, meaning you are back to being a squishy pile of jelly. This ult is also excellent for team fights and taking on more than one enemy god at a time. Keep in mind, it also doubles the protections from your demon bag while activated, so it's best to use it once you've acquired a full demon bag, and obviously upgraded ASAP. Something else that is great about this ult is the fact that you can use all your other abilities at the same time, allowing you to inflict some wreckful damage. Okay guys, now it's time for some fucking builds! So the items that I find work well at the beginning of a match are Tier 1 of Boots of the Magi to give yourself that little bit of extra speed, Tier 1 of Hand of the Gods for jungle caps just won't fucking die, 1 ward for sneaky pain in the ass junglers, or 1 health potion, 1 mana potion, and Vampiric Shroud for a little bit more magical power, health and healing. These items will give you a little bit of just about everything that is required to start the game. I'd also recommend getting the mana buff as well if you are in solo lane, so you can keep in lane longer before having to go back to base. Just before I continue, I just want to explain that when I say something like buy shoes of the Magi, I mean that you'll have to buy the other 2 tiers of the item I'm talking about first. For example, you have to buy shoes for 300 gold, then magic shoes for a further 700, then shoes of the Magi for another 925 gold. When I say tier 1 of Boots of the Magi before, I just meant shoes. I assume most of you know that, but just in case. Okay, so what you see here is what I'll build most games, but if I'm against a skilled opponent, I'll probably swap out Soul Reaver and Obsidian Shard for something with a bit more protection or health, like Jam of Isolation, which works well with your ult to slow all nearby enemies and gives a decent amount of health, or Mage's Blessing to minimize a lot of crowd control. The extra damage from Polynomicon is extremely useful to finish off enemies, the cooldown reduction from Chronos Pendant lets you use abilities in quick succession, and Rod Tahuti just packs so much fucking magical power. Another way I find that you can build Zhong if you want to is with a lot of lifesteal. He already has heals, but why not make all his abilities heal, as well as Wrecking Face, all at the same time. There's just a few things I want to say before I conclude this video. They are that I find actives are situational. I tend to get different actives every game depending on how me and my team are going. That is why I haven't gone through them. Out-leveling other gods is what makes you OP. Every god is OP when fed, so always focus on leveling. And finally, if you hadn't noticed, I'm usually in solo lane with Zhong. That's just another personal preference. He also works well in mid too. Where you going, Ayo? Fucking nowhere. That's where you're going. What I do, I'm using cab. You know what you can do? You can suck my dick. Well guys, that concludes my guide to Zhong Kui. Hope you got some useful info out of it, or maybe even a laugh.